the dead. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we call Millwall. Let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. It's Saturday, rain, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. Come rain or shine all the time, our families will bring. And as the Lions run off the pitch, everyone will sing. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. It's Saturday, Congo Lane, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. Come rain or shine all the time, our families will bring. And as the Lions run off the pitch, everyone will sing. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Let them all come down to the den.
Good evening. Good evening. How are we all?
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are we doing, chaps? We good?
All good.
Who was eating crisps? Tell the truth during that.
Always one person, isn't there?
I could see you, Joe, going.
That's exactly what I was doing. I'm going.
That's all right. Listen, a bit of Haribo, nice. What we got there? Star Mix?
Wine gums.
Wine gums, old school. How are we, chaps? We good?
All good.
All good after Saturday's win.
Recovered from the journey home yet?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we're going to talk about that tonight. We're still awaiting the Flying Scotsman. He's just texted and said he's got a few connection problems, but he probably ain't got great Wi-Fi up there in the Highlands of Scotland, pal. Good evening, everyone. 81. Was the music quiet there when it played?
No.
It was a little bit.
I thought it was me. I got blocked ear holes. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you're well, and welcome to the Dead Debate. We're going to look back at Saturday's win at Wrexham. We're going to talk about nightmare journeys we've had on away games. That was actually the Flying Scotsman's ideas, but he's not in yet. I'm sure we've all got some. Here he comes. Speak of the devil.
How you doing, boys?
There he is. He's even further away than ever.
Sorry, Pete.
That was my fault. When I saw you there, and I popped you straight in. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Wrexham game. We're going to talk about nightmare journeys you've had on away days or home days, if you're from the Flying Scotsman. And we're going to look ahead to Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. The West Drift, of course, we return there with their club legend, Barry Banham. Will he play? Should he play? We're going to cover it all. The boys. Oh, I thought it was me. It's the wine gums again. Let's start with Saturday's win at Wrexham. Good win. Win I wasn't expecting. What was you boys expecting going into it? What did you do predictions? We didn't do predictions, did we?
No.
Big result though. I would have said draw, but no, I think I said we'd get a win in the build-up actually. When we spoke last week on here. Yeah, great win. And I said if we went there and got a win, that automatic spot is on. And I firmly believe it. That was a statement that to sort of, I'd say, not over comfortably, but still fairly comfortable win away from home against a decent side.
Well, I keep seeing you say that, and I keep thinking, I love the ambition, Joe, and the desire, but I just not sure teams above us will drop enough points. But
until they play us.
Well, and on top of that, obviously Ipswich and let's go to the table. Sorry, Ipswich and Hull are not playing this weekend. They're both in the FA Cup action. And on Monday, I think it's Monday, Middlesbrough are playing Coventry. Middlesbrough now top.
There you go.
So it's definitely not impossible. Win on Saturday. I'm jumping ahead a bit. We'll definitely see us go third. And we should be winning that. But let's get back to we'll get onto that later. It would be the most Millwall thing ever if we didn't. This was the team that Alex Neil went with up at Wrexham. Crocombe in goal. That was in hindsight, good decision, but it was one that was up in the air before the game. Kramer, Taylor, Cooper, Doty, Denor, Mitchell, Bannon, Nejli, Aziz, and Ivanovic. We got the win, boys, but in hindsight, I mean, I know we got the win. You can't really say in hindsight, but was there anything in that start 11 that any of you thought that didn't work?
Not really.
Because I'll start. I've been saying for Bannon, got to play. And people say to me, Danny's not a 10. I'm like, no, but Bannon's got to play. Play those three. Again, we won the game. But I don't know. I wasn't sure if and he needs time to settle, etc. But I'm not really sure it worked for me.
A few people said that Bannon weren't that much involved in the game. But I just think...
we watched it from indoors. A lot of us. You boys were there too, yeah. Yeah.
Dan, sorry, see one thing
Three
about
of
this.
us. Three.
All I say is, at Sheffield Wednesday, he was the main man, right? Everyone went through him. He was like, always went to him. Whereas, he's at us now. He won't be that kind of. I don't think he'll have to learn to kind of play with us as well. So as much as we'll have to learn to play with him, he'll have to fit in. Is he a 10? I don't think so. But then, is he going to play the central midfield either? I'm not sure where he's going to fit in.
Yeah, I just felt he couldn't get into the game in the first half. And when he did in the second, it's because he was dropping into that area that Mitchell likes to go in, that the Nor likes to go in.
Maybe it's because you overcrowded. I did say to pack out the midfield for that game, and I feel like it worked. But maybe that is part of the reason why. Maybe it was too packed out. You got sort of three centre midfielders, as you like, all running around trying to do the same thing. Whereas I think if Bannon was in a 2, you'd see him flourish a bit more. But in hindsight, I think it was the right choice. And I said last week in the thing to line up that way.
Yeah, maybe I'm being too picky. But someone just said there in the comments, we missed the press of Langstaff. No. Another player that's completely missing there, Joe keeps saying it. Where the fuck's Reece Banker Williams?
Yeah.
Surprised he didn't go out on loan, to be fair.
No, I think.
But boys, Crocombe started. Right decision?
I say so, yeah.
Well, I find it hard to believe that after all the hard work they went into signing Patterson, that he never started, you know. If it was unfair to drop Crocombe, because I thought he ain't been too bad. It ain't like, he's had some bad performances, he's been all right. And then someone said, even if he had a worldie against Wrexham, which he did really, he's had like a really good game, you can't drop him, can you? For the next game. So Patterson's not going to be starting the next game. So why until we win that game? And it's like...
Yeah,
it's a strange one.
Because like with Watson, he come off the bench and, you could probably throw him in against Sheffield Wednesday and he can get his fitness. But with a goalkeeper, you can't get that. You're not going to get thrown on for 15 minutes here, half an hour there, are you? You're just training.
Has Patterson played any first team games this season?
Pete, sorry, that's one point, because I was reading, Neil said the other day that both Patterson and Watson have been told that the first couple of weeks just try and take it easy with them in their game time. So I don't know if as Neil's plan is maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks.
I mean, I think Crocombe's got a real case. If he'd have got dropped before Saturday, I would have gone, he's not really too much he can say, although he might do. But if he gets dropped off the back of that before, I thought he was very good at Wrexham. Very good.
Yeah. Do you know, I was quite shocked with the line. I was expecting to see Patterson get thrown in because you go back to like how hard we've worked to get him in. Rumour of sort of how much of his wages we're paying as well. You think he's not coming in as a number 2. So I was a bit shocked in that way. I was expecting Patterson to go straight in. Not that Crocombe done a lot wrong, but now after that performance, Crocombe's been... He played a blinder, so it's even harder to drop him out now.
We always say competition for places is what we want, and I don't think it's any surprise the Serbs started playing better now, in my opinion, since Coburn's come back. You want that, them pressing each other, but I would surely think that Patterson's turned up to play games. Unsure. Yeah. I know I saw Alex Neil, I think he spoke to maybe News at Den, and said, we're not a team that really plays out from the back, keep his kick long.
Yeah,
he's done a lot of kicking, so we didn't want him to risk getting injured already, as a lot of our players do. So that was one that I thought I was surprised at, but now I think by not throwing Patterson in now, he's given himself an even harder decision for Sheffield Wednesday. Back 4, boys. So let's talk about the back 4 as a whole. It's quite a settled back 4 in general over the last few games, and strong performances again, in my opinion, especially from the back centre 2.
Immense. It picks itself, that back 4, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
At the moment, they just dealt with everything. The last few games, anything that's sort of thrown at us, it just goes straight back out. Which is what you want.
Like a really, really strong partnership.
It reminds me of the old Arsenal. What's his name? You've got Winterburn, Dixon,
Adams and Keown.
Adams, and who else is in that middle? That 4.
Keown, yeah.
Itself. They kept clean sheets, didn't they? And we kept a clean sheet Saturday. I think with the way our back 4 handle, I think when a team tries to come through the middle or around the box area, we're great at defending that. We're not so great when they come down the wings very quick, getting behind our right and left back and getting the ball in. We're not great at defending that. It's like the Blackburns of this world that ripped us. Birmingham that ripped us, didn't they? You know, the only other team was Hull, went through the middle because we had no midfield. But as long as they're not fast down the wings, we could cope with them, and that's what we've got to watch out for.
I thought the centre back pairing were brilliant. They for once we got a fucking one up. What did we on Kiefer Moore? Usually he always does damage against us. They bashed him up between them. Cooper is good.
They've got a great understanding, the back 4. All lot of them, they know their job. They know where they're meant to be, what they're meant to do. They know their job. Simple as that.
A few people, though, Warren, have said that game Saturday, and I think the previous one against Sheffield United, that Doty's looks a bit shaky at fullback. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. The short answer, Dan. But the thing is he a natural left back? I don't think his first instinct is to go full forward rather than sit back. So it's like, and to be fair, the week before against Sheffield United, that boy on the right was flying past them. So I think if Sturridge had been there, would it have been the same? Probably, yeah. Again, but has he been great the past 2 weeks? No, really, no. But we won on Saturday 2-0. Week before we got a draw, so you can't find fault with it.
Yeah, people saying shaky. How shaky were we? That's the first game all season in the league that Wrexham haven't scored at home. And like you said, we got another clean sheet. So that's what we're here for. At the end of the day, talk about the team that played and etc.
Dan, sorry. 1 point back to your first point about on Saturday a draw or a win. What would I took? I would have took a draw, right? But a draw would have been based on maybe we'd won the next 3 or 3 the rest of the month. Because the be able to start of the month, right? If we can get up maybe 10 points this month. So you said last week, it's not about kind of one game on its own. You're looking at back blocks of 4 or 5.
Yeah, and before we get into covering the game, Nesley on the left, Aziz on the right, Ivanovic through the middle. All good talking points. The Nesley one, I thought he played well. I say this a lot now. I'm not sure if it's other fans of other clubs, of other players and teams I think as Millwall fans, we go so far in one direction or the other with the club. We go, he's been fucking useless, or he's unbelievable. I think Nesley's played well lately,
Yeah.
but I personally don't think he's been unbelievable. What do you boys think?
I'm with you on that, Dan. Like,
And that's fine. That's fine. He's been good. He's been good.
yeah. I've not seen him like. I know he got man of the match the other day, but everyone, like you say, everyone's going, he's been unbelievable. The thing with Negley, what I think he started to do the basics well.
Yeah.
It's not like you really see him run a game and do something unbelievable, do you?
I've noticed his defensive work's got a lot better, and that was a big criticism people had of him.
He's noticed, I think, like in his early days or earlier on in the season, he used to make a few mistakes because he used to think, we've all said it before, he used to think he had a lot more time on the ball than he did, which is what he might have been used to in the Dutch League. I think he's adapted his game and he's realised that. So he can pull off a quick turn, look for a pass, and he's just sort of improved on those basic elements of the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you see his clearance off the line Saturday?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what, like you say, you know, a thing like that would have made it 2-1 and, you know, back to the wall for the next 5 minutes. But he's overall, I think he's, I reckon he covers so much, like, yardage around the pitch. He don't stop running half the time, do they, Negley? And listen, back at the Den about 5-6 games ago, up where we were, they was booing him. They wanted him off the pitch every time he made a mistake. They was on his back. And I even picked me up and said, get off his back. You know, I was waiting for him to make mistakes so they could, like, boo him and have a go at him. And I went, you know, just leave him be. Yeah.
It's probably the same people that are now going, oh, my God, what a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a player. I'm still not convinced he's a left winger, though. Are you?
No, Dan, he's not that turny pace. He can see he's a good player, but I'm just not sure. Even at a 10, he says he's a 10, but we've tried him at 10 as well, and don't get me wrong, he's doing a good job now for the team. And I've said that the past 2 months because he's played on the left, he's played central midfield, and he played on the right at one point. He's been there for the team because when we've been short in numbers, he's been there for the weekend.
Yeah, that's where you're right. He was originally playing on the right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone was going, he's not a right winger, he's a 10. Oh, tell us, gosh, jumps ahead there. That's more of a scene for later. Right, Aziz on the right. Now, I said, I don't think Aziz played that well. But then when I look at it in hindsight, he set both of their goals up. There was one in the first half that it come across and it dropped to him and he was on the corner of the 6-yard box right on half time. And he could have just fired it low across the box. And Ivanovic, he actually went for the top corner and skied it. And Ivanovic actually went, the fuck sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
But
he keeps going for the Weldies at the moment, doesn't he?
He does.
Keeps going for that goal.
Is that warranted? Because, you know, we can't say, he tries too hard or he tries to be too greedy and then he sets everything up that we do. So does that give him license to be that greedy?
Yeah, and then if it pulls off, everyone's going to go, wow, what a player. So sometimes you just got to go for it. Yeah,
but not when it's a player on his own on the other side. Well, he could easily slip the ball for him. It's like a definite, you know what I mean?
But you see that, some of his goals, though, that he has scored, the worldy ones, there probably still has been a player in the similar position. And if he missed that chance, everyone would be going, why did he shoot? Why did he do that? So
I don't know.
The problem with Aziz is he went through that spell a couple of months ago where he scored about 5 games in a row. And he was absolutely up here. And there was no way he'd keep that going. And he's still doing a job, don't get me wrong, but he just slightly dipped from that. But to be fair, he was never going to keep that going because his goal against, was it Southampton? Or West Brom, was it? I'm sorry, the first one. I mean, the one touch and boom, the top corner. Was just like,
the one thing we know about Aziz, every time he gets the ball, he gets bums off seats. Yeah. And that's it. You know that he's going to get. I mean, look at that cross before. Was it before we scored a goal, Joe? That he got that cross in, and they both missed it. The strikers. In the second half, they both missed it. and it was just there for someone to put into the back of the net, and no one was there. And then we scored 2 goals
I
after
think
that.
Coburn nearly got to it, didn't he? He was about
Nearly got to
a
it.
kilometre
Yeah.
off it. Like
He just got that little. He's got that bit of magic in him, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? That he's going to beat someone. We had. I can't remember the last player we had like that.
No.
Maybe Ryan. What's his name? Ryan.
Wintle.
We had. Can't remember his name. Joe and name would come to me.
Ryan Smith, are you thinking of?
Yeah, Ryan Smith. Yeah, he could
That's
beat the
a random
guy
one.
without even trying, and that's like Aziz now.
Thing is, sorry, look at Aziz the other week against Charlton, where he got the ball, he ran the length of the pitch, right? Not only that, it was a cross after it. The cross was perfect.
He puts
And
the
he
ball
run what,
right in the
100
right
yards.
position.
It was just like because the energy it took to make that run with the ball, and when he runs with the ball, he's so quick. Fullbacks just can't cope. He must be when they see him, they must be.
The thing is with Aziz now, I think he's like a victim of his own success because we expect so much from him. If he tries it and it don't come off, people get on his bollocks. So he's too greedy, and I think he's got license to do what he wants because he does create. But now, of course, as well, it's going to be if he has a bad game, he wants out, he wants to go Ipswich, he wants to go here, there, and everywhere. So Joe said a while back, let's wrap him up in cotton wool. Let's be kind. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna try.
We can't.
And does what he does.
Can't afford to get him injured, Dan.
No. Well, that's something we can look at later. By the way, when we go into
Touchwood.
when we go into the Sheffield Wednesday game. Loads of comments. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with them. I was a bit late to the party. I was with my kids until about 15 minutes before the stream started. Paul Atkinson, Manchester Lion legend. Thank you very much, mate. Good evening, Pete and Warren. Regards, the Manchester Lion.
Good evening.
Thanks for the donation. Super chats are open. You can donate to the channel via the comments section if you so wish. A lot of people in the comments saying initially covers the most ground. I think you said it, Joe, in the whole team.
I think my dad just said it. So there was a stat somewhere. I think Alex Neil said it.
Really? Maybe he's like one of them players that when he travels, like Aidan O'Brien, like, don't look like he's actually getting a Liam Trotter. They don't look like they're actually getting around, do they? But they just sort of maybe it's like effortless. Who knows? Right, and up front, I can see Teddy's in the chat, so I can tell you Teddy's answer. I would never have played a Serb in a million years. He's absolutely fucking useless. Mihajlo Ivanovic up front. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I think if you can morph the two strikers together, you have an unbelievable player. I still don't think he did a lot wrong Saturday. There was one where Mitchell put him in, and he sort of let it run across his body, took too long, and then didn't shoot, but he was offside anyway. What are we saying about Ivanovic, boys? Is he a good striker? Is he never going to get there? Is he got potential too? Should he be starting?
I think he's still got potential. Like we can just easily go back to what he done last season, really. And I think him and Coburn are actually very two different types of players.
Yeah.
So I think at the minute it's working with starting Ivanovic, and you see what Coburn does coming off the bench. I think he's better coming off the bench at the minute. So I just keep it like that at the minute. Let Ivanovic rough up the defence a bit, and then he still chips in with a goal here and there. So, and with Coburn being back fit, I'm sure it's going to enhance the Serbs' game for him to push on. So he's got another 1 or 2 gears to go.
I agree. Also, I think Coburn is an away player, and Ivanovic is a home player. Yeah. They seem Coburn away off the back of the defender when you put the through ball, especially when we break away. The Ivanovic don't do that. But at home, when we're attacking, we get down the flanks and we cross the ball in. You know, we're more attacking at home, aren't we?
Warren?
The question, Dan, is Serb a good striker? Yes. Is it a good player? No.
Yeah.
Because you said before, he can finish chances, no problem, but sometimes watching the game making that run, laying it off, just being in the right place outside the box. He just seemed off it at times.
Yeah, I do say that when Coburn's on the pitch, we seem to create a lot more chances for him. But when Ivanovic is on the pitch, we don't create those chances. But I'm starting to think now that's because of Coburn's hold-up play and because he links it and drags us up the pitch. Because he goes up to Ivanovic, he goes fuck off, and goes back where it come from.
Yeah. Well, Coburn runs in the channels, doesn't he? He runs into the channels. Ivanovic don't do that. But at home, he relies on that service, the crosses, and he gets on the end. Look at his last few goals at home. They've always been serviced through the wings or something like that. Where Coburn, like I say, he's an away player and the plays played through the channels and he makes them runs. You only got to look at the Burnley goal. You look at the what's the other one he scored away from home? The Watford goal.
Yeah,
and
that run
you
you sort of seems to have developed. It's a little bit like the one that Aziz kept going for, wasn't it? Like, I don't think he had that in his game, Coburn, before he was injured. He seems to
No, I don't think he
learn
did.
something new there. Do you think?
Yeah, we didn't really see that before he was injured.
You didn't. I didn't think you did. Right. So, boys, the game. Pete, you and Kenny were having a ding-dong in the group chat. I was driving at the time, so I couldn't really see what was going on. But I think Kenny said it wasn't a good game. Is that what he said?
Well, what I was trying to say to Kenny, it's all about the result at the end of the day. And when you're not playing well and you get the result, you've got to be positive. I've got two nephews that are the most negative people that ever walked the earth about Millwall. We're crap, we're shit, we're that. They're like them two Muppets up in the gods, them two moaners, right? And I just felt like Kenny's got, instead of like we're euphoric, we've got a great away win. Yes, the performance wasn't great, but you're not always going to get these performances. We got the 3 point. Let's be positive about it. Yeah, let's be positive about it. Let's be happy about it. Don't not say it weren't a great performance. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the 3 points. We're not always going to play well. And when you don't play well and you get the 3 points, hey-oh, what do you want?
Well, that aside, did you think we played well?
Second half, not so much first half.
Yeah.
Second half, I thought we come into it a bit more.
Yeah. I don't think we played as bad
we played well at Coventry and got beat. We played much better at Coventry than we did at Wrexham, and we got beat.
I don't think it was as bad as people make out. Like,
No.
maybe the first half, but maybe that's all part of Alex Neil's game plan. Just soak up a bit of pressure, sit off
Containment, Joe. Containment.
Work them out, see what they're trying to do, and then second half, you got more of a glimpse of what you can do then.
Contain them, and then we done second half. We went forward a bit more with more.
Yeah, look, the result is a brilliant result, but I'm just interested to get people's opinions because I've got mine. I'll give you mine after Warren's give you his. But let us know in the comments. Was it a great result Saturday? Yes. Was it a good performance? Warren?
No. but at the same time, Dan, does that matter? Again, no. Because at this stage of the season, right, you can play well, right, but get a draw or play average and win. What's more important? It's getting points on the board now. Because at the end of the season, you look back, right, and all you look at is the number of points on the board. You don't look at, well, we played all right in that game or we played better in the game before that. It doesn't matter. It's all points mean prizes. Simple as that.
That's it. What Harry 14 said, I think, is bang on because, people say, "Oh, we didn't play well," but do you think Wrexham were better than us at really any point?
No.
I don't think they were. I feel like the first half were both sort of trying to figure each other out. So I don't think it was a case of we played bad because I don't think Wrexham played any better than us at any point. So. Yeah, that's my take on it.
And also, when you look at the last 30 minutes of that game, back in the day when it was a Harris or a Rowett, we think, well, you know what? Put another defender on. Let's hold on for the draw. Right. Yeah? But Alex Neil doesn't do that, does he? He puts on attackers and goes for the win. It's a complete change around for what we're used to as a Mill fan. We're used to holding on for the draw. Alex Neil always makes the subs going for the win. It's refreshing, isn't it? It's refreshing.
It is refreshing. And we ain't said bipolar Millwall for a long time now. But
No.
yeah, just on the performance, I mean, I suppose there's different ways of interpreting it. Was it a good performance? What does that mean? Does it mean we held our own? Does it mean we played good football and we had good patterns of play? I actually thought the first half was fine. I didn't think we weren't clinical enough in front of goal, right? That's nothing new. And a couple of chances we did have. But I thought it was two teams similar in styles, both going at it, both good at the press. So it didn't seem to me in the first half there's a lot of space on the pitch.
Do you think? Sorry, I was just going to say. Do you think we've become too spoiled now, and the expectation we have for where we are, that it's suddenly not a great performance because we're not entertaining, creating loads of chances, flying at them? If we were sort of down at the bottom now, and you need points, I think people would interpret the performance in a different way. Would say, do you know what? That was a good performance. So
I'm with you.
A battling type Millwall, proper Millwall performance. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? There's different type of performance. We've scored before in games in the first half at home. I think it might have been Leicester a couple of years back, and we just defended the whole second half.
That's right.
With bodies on the line, we defended brilliantly. I enjoy those types of performances. I enjoyed I'm with Joe. The first half was a little bit like a game of chess.
Yeah.
Not loads of chances, sussing each other out. I thought we played well without really... I wouldn't say the standard of football was brilliant from either team. I felt it was a different type, like almost like a game of chess, like trying to work out what's going on and where.
Exactly.
It was 0-0 at half time. Looking back on the first half, they had two chances. One Kiefer Moore flicks it, keeper saves it. The other one, I thought that he was causing Doty a few problems there, right wing back.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, they had a good player in he's on loan from Man City, I think.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player. And it's a really good save from Crocombe. You boys were right by that as well, weren't you? Obviously on the side.
Yeah.
That's the first half, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the first half. Yeah, the save that Crocombe tips around it.
Oh, right.
Well, the right hand side.
Yeah, we was the other side of it, so it must have looked like it must have seemed like probably come through a lot of bodies. But you boys have had a better view than I did of that.
Sorry, that Wrexham. That's the first game the season they not scored a goal at home in the league.
Sorry,
that's the first game in the league that they haven't scored at home.
Yes, right. They've just scored in every home game this season before that. So very, very good chances we had at the other end. Again, I get what people say. I don't think we hit the target, did we? I don't think we hit the target in the first half. But the second half was a different story. I thought that Bannon was getting the ball because he was dropping in that area, like I said, and there was too many people in that area then. But he started to work, and then eventually we got the breakthrough. Really good goal, and I always say that's what can happen when you attack quick, you execute it right, own goal, all right, fair enough. But good team goal, boys, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's just put that ball in that dangerous area. As long as you get that ball in that area, if the defender's facing their own goal, you've always got a chance of it flicking off them and going in. So yeah, great build-up play, brilliant ball by Aziz. Yeah,
finished off at the back post by passing those. He didn't know what he was. He went like that, sort of hit his arm, hit his stomach, and it's rare that we get an own goal in our favour.
You're in no man's land as a defender in that position.
Take nothing away. It's your own goal, yes, but we put him in that position where he had nowhere to go because we moved the ball quick and got good delivery into the box. People were saying about the Serb, he's completely missed it. I'm not sure. I thought he was just ahead. I thought he made the right motion, but it was just ahead of him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But again, Dan, that goes back to his time in the run. He's no kind of. He should be expecting that.
Yeah, to be fair, I do always say about Lansdorf, he's got to gamble and dive in.
Yeah.
But the victory was sealed, boys, by a second goal. Again, moved the ball quickly. Kramer involved onto Aziz, who sort of just a little helped it on, and it just sort of found its way through a Kobo. And how did that finish look like from the away end? What happened?
I was a bit shocked about the power of it. We knew it was like
smashed
he
it.
got the ball. We thought he was going to have like one or two touches, and he just went bang.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was in shock. I went, he just levered it, and like, you know what I mean? Well, you think he's going to have a touch and cross it or something? He just levered it, mate. And yeah, I think it was all a bit in shock, really, and all. And went, bang, what's going on?
Don't think we were expecting him to hit it as when he did.
No, not as clean it as that. That was something else. That.
I said in the
That's
week,
what you call putting your laces through it.
when he's got the time to think about it, Coburn, he usually scores. It's when the ones that come across him quick, he don't seem to score. Like Charlton, like Burnley away in the FA Cup. But boys, let's talk a bit, and we're going to move on to nightmare journeys we've had. Talk to us about your day, because I know, Joe, I saw your Instagram story. You got on the train from Ebbsfleet at what time? 7?
I think it was just before 8 o'clock.
And you got back at what time to Ebbsfleet?
20 past. About 5 past 12.
So what happened? We've seen it on social media, and people were stuck in a pub at Crewe. But what happened?
Well, no issues going up there. And initially on the way back, we come out the ground, got on the train as you do. And
well, the queue for the train first of all, long queue, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah, that's the thing.
In the rain.
They were holding people back, and it was like a big sort of funnel. Everyone's going in, and then it goes into this little tiny bit down the stairs, and they were holding people back, trying to manage it. Everyone was going nuts, going, just let us in, just let us in. Got on the train, and then I think it went to... Was it Chester?
Chester.
Went to Chester.
25 minutes.
Yeah, then we all had to change at Chester.
That
was a little wait, I think, to go to Crewe.
Yeah.
And then, as we're on the train from Chester to Crewe, someone's packed in there like sardines, by the way. Couldn't move. Absolutely sweating. And then they go, oh, the train from Crewe's been cancelled. And someone's going, what? No, is there another one? No, it looks like they've all been cancelled. Someone's saying it's like... Yeah. So then
it was an hour and a half delay, wasn't it? Hour and a half delay.
Yeah, so we had to get off Crewe.
And when we got to Crewe, everyone went, it's hour and a half delay, and it could be even longer. So everyone went, right, when's the next train coming? It was an hour and a half. So everyone legged it out the station, hit the first pub. We couldn't get in there because that was Ramo. So we hit the second pub. So there was like 400 or 500 Millwall fans walking down the high street, just jumped into all these pubs. They must have wondered what happened, didn't they, Joe? Right, let's go. What the hell? Where's all your staff? Well, we didn't expect 200 Millwall fans to walk into a pub, you know what I mean? So,
the pub we walked into, it was like a couple of locals sitting down, like couples with beer in hand and Masked Singer on the TV. What's going on here? They're expecting a quiet night in the pub.
Yeah, and he want the other song. The other pub, they were singing Palace, right, weren't they? And then in our pub, they put on Rocking All Over the World. And was all in there, like, sort of dancing and everything.
Oh, so, what, they catered for you?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They're probably like, fuck, 200, what song they like? Tell me a song they like, we'll have to whack it on quick.
Well, it was 250 in one and about 200 in the other. There was a mill everywhere. And then we come out of there, and we got onto the...
Remember the landlord, though, of that pub? As we were coming out, the landlord was actually pleased. He stood at the door and shook everyone's hand leaving, saying, pleasure to meet you all, boys. I'm not a proper landlord if I don't wish you well on your way. Safe journey home.
Yeah.
Come back.
They made a killing.
Yeah.
It's probably retired off the back of it, that's why.
And we got back to the station, and every day the Mill fans just raided the coffee shop, if you know what I mean. Beers, everything, sandwiches, they took the lot. And first train come in, everyone's legged it onto that train. And again, we just pushing people on, and you just could not breathe, could you, Joe? And they said, then an announcement come over, said, this train is not moving, there's too many people on it, right? People have to get off of it. But we've got to say, the first 3 carriages were full of West Ham fans, right?
But that's what I heard. That's why the train got cancelled, because they realised they was coming back from Burnley.
Yeah.
To overlap.
Well, anyway, that was quiet as a mouse, them lot, on the first 3 carriages. But in the end, they went, right, there's another train across the other side of platform 5.
And it's empty.
That's empty. So we all run across to there. I think nearly everyone did. We got on that one. but that turned out to be the slow train.
We didn't know it was a slow train until after we'd left.
No,
Oh,
so
is that why you got stuck in rugby for ages and all?
yes,
Yeah.
that was 3.5 hours. But little did we know there was another train further on, platform 1, that Billy Lambert turned around and sent us a picture. They was on platform 1. The train was empty, and they was on that one. So we had the slow journey home 3 and a bit hours, didn't we?
And to add, there was no aircon on the carriage.
No
It was
aircon,
like
it was roasting.
it was like a sauna on there.
It was roasted. So then we got
To the
into
point that they were handing out bottles of water for free. Someone went up and spoke to the train manager.
yeah. So we got out of there, and there was like Millwall fans everywhere. There was West Ham fans, and then, like I say, then we had to get. I got the train back to where was it? To Stratford from there. Wasn't it? Me and Connor. Connor went up to Devon, and then I went home. And you had the worst journey going back over to Ebbsfleet, didn't you?
Yeah, let's go Ebbsfleet. Time I got back.
I think it was 7.5
Dartford.
hours getting back.
Yeah, time I got back to Dartford, it was like all in all from leaving the ground and getting indoors, it was 7.5 hours.
7.5 hours, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Complete, and no apologies from the old, from the railway people or anything like that.
You know what? It was that bad. At one point, one of the Millwall fans said, "I'm pretty sure the authorities are trying to test us here. They're doing everything they can to make us break." Because it was that hot on the train. My head was pounding. You know, I just want to get home. And we
So
stopped.
they raided the coffee shop with wine and beers and everything. But there was plenty of beers and wine on the train, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Loads of it.
It felt like we'd already been on the train 2 hours, and it said the next stop's rugby. I thought, how long is it rugby? We still want to have a couple of hours.
I remember putting on the group about 10:30. I was like, "How are you getting on, boys?" And I think Connor just put a photo of like, "We're here. We're stuck at Rugby train station."
Yeah, and it stood there for about 15 minutes as well, with no reason to like. Yeah.
Well, talking about your nightmare journey home, like you said, Joe, the next day. Imagine when you got spanked. At least we won the game. Warren's sitting there thinking 7.5 hours.
Easy. Dan, honestly, I'm thinking about all some of the trips I've had. Like Hull last year, missed half the game. Was it 12:30 kickoff? The best thing was West Brom before lockdown, and it was a Sunday. So we beat 2-0, I think.
We got beat 2-0.
Yeah.
At home. At home.
Me and my dad were flying back after the game, but it was really the winds were bad, right? The flight was cancelled. So during the game, I got a text from EasyJet saying my flight's cancelled. And I'm like, right, what do I do here? So for my mum, she's like, right, trying to sort something out. She's like, there's a bus home at 10:30 at night.
A bus?
A bus.
From where?
Because the flights were cancelled, like BA were still flying, but their flights were full straight away. So the game finished at 3 o'clock, and me and my dad were like, what do we do? Back to the hotel, got our bags, go in, got something to eat. Honestly, the bus left Victoria at 10:30. I got back at Edinburgh at half 6 in the morning. It was like, we got beat 2-0. It was like, and the boy, when we got the bus was full, right? The boy on my shoulder, he was giving him a hug, and he was snoring away. I'm like, why did I do this?
Oh, mate, madness.
We was on the.
You've had any mad journeys. Listen, each to their own. I will not. I hate getting the train. One, because I don't mind the bit from London to Hull or London to Preston, because you've got tables and it's nice. On the way up, it's fine. On the way back, I hate being dictated to. The old Bill go, no, you're not getting on that one. You're all getting on this one. And then you've got people in the fucking laying on the floor in the toilets and in the walkways. And then once you get back, when you eventually get back, you've then got to, if you live out like where I live, you've then got to get a tube into like London Bridge and then a train. So the trains ain't for me. So nightmare journeys, trains, I've not had one. But I was talking to you boys, I think I've told this story before as well. When I was, it must have been 1990, it was the year we had the FA Cup run, 1995. I think it's 2 in the same season. We played Bolton away at Burndon Park, and my mum and dad would only let me go to away games when I was like 15, 16 on the coach from the ground. So we went to Burndon Park. The coach took a wrong turn. It was midweek, and we lost 1-0 in the 90th minute. And then I'm sure it was the same season, if my memory's right. We was doing well in the FA Cup, and I think it was after the Arsenal game, but before the Chelsea game, or after Chelsea, before QPR. And we went to Barnsley in the league. We lost. Well, the coach broke down. They sent a replacement. As I walked in the ground, we walked up like that in case Kelly got lobbed for the first goal. And then we ended up losing 4-1. Missed the first 20 minutes of the game. Got in about 3:30. We'll go back to the den about 3:30 in the morning. I think my mum was waiting to pick me and my mate up. Fucking nightmare.
Dan, didn't you have a bad one? Was it last year or the year before, coming back from Blackburn or Preston or something? I remember you saying about
getting to Blackburn. Fucking hell.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah, getting to Blackburn was a nightmare, and also getting to Nottingham Forest. The first game back in the Championship, we lost 1-0. It was on a Friday. Do you remember?
Yeah. Is that when we hammered them?
No.
We hammered them, but lost 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Morris got disallowed goal. Me and Henry stayed up there. Anywhere sort of north of Birmingham, I usually stayed. Like, fair play to the one that travels back. But I don't want to be doing like 8 hours in a day in the car. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we drove it. I picked Henry up from school at the time, and we went straight. It took us about 7 hours to get there, and all it's fucking ridiculous.
Pete, sorry, you said that you're Notts Forest. We beat them 4-1. And was it Chris Wood scored that day? I think he got a couple. Anyway, one of my mates supports Notts Forest, right? So 5 of us went down. Obviously, we got tickets in the main stand. So I'm sitting in the main stand. First goes in, second goes in, third goes in. See, by the fourth, I was just like standing up. That was the chaos that day. And then after the game that day, we're in the fans back to the station. Oh, it was just like carnage.
You got another bad one though, Dad, didn't you? Was it Bristol City once driving?
Oh yeah, that Bristol City one. We was it was a year when we got promoted. You know, when we went to Bristol City and Neil Harris and Paul Moody was sent off against Bristol City and we lost. And we thought, right, we've blown our chance of going up. And after that, we signed Steve Claridge and Tony Cotty. Yeah. But that night, it literally, as we left the ground, felt down and up as it is. It was, I mean, raining. Has never seen anything like it. So my brother left in his car, and I was driving in my car. My nephew Pete and Tony with me, driving around. I thought I was going the right way. And all of a sudden, I thought, Cheltenham, that's the way back home. I was heading towards Cheltenham. Next thing, I've got to Cheltenham. I said, because we didn't have no sat-nav or nothing. I went, what way are we going to London? I rang my brother. I said, where were you? He said, we're just getting off Gatwick and they're turning off the M25. We was in Cheltenham 3.5 hours away. I'd already been driving for 2 hours in the pouring rain, couldn't see nothing. So you ended up taking me 6.5 hours to get home.
That's mad. When you think now, like back then, no sat-navs.
No sat-nav, yeah.
No, like social media to check anything or fucking
nothing back then. But we know when we was getting a train on Saturday, someone done a bloody an AI thing. They put a thing on the keys next to me. Went, oh, for God's sake! I went, what's the matter? When the game's been cancelled, I went, oh, I knew that was going to happen, and he got it up, and it was BBC Sport, game postponed, right? Everything's like proper about it. And everyone's going and was spreading the news down the carriage, the game's been cancelled. And it was an AI prank, wasn't it?
Well, I saw Connor put it in the group, didn't he? And then he took it out straight away.
Yeah. Because he thought it was cancelled.
He was trying to wind us up. I was like, what? Fucking hell. I saw that.
We all thought it was cancelled. Well, yeah, we got done.
Well, good job it wasn't. 2-0. Great result. Who was your man of the match, boys?
Oh.
Put a team on the screen. You get. I think Neshley got it. I think the official.
Yeah, Neshley got it. Oh.
Oh.
I'd probably say between Cooper and Taylor.
Who?
Between Cooper and Taylor. Jay Cooper.
I thought Cooper.
Kept Kiefer Moore always does something against us, doesn't he? He kept him so quiet. So yeah, I'll probably go Cooper for that reason.
I thought Cooper. Warren, who do you think was man of the match?
Dan, I'd go for the whole kind of team rather than just like one player. Because no one played badly, but I don't think anyone played that kind of well either.
No, I agree.
I think Croker.
Again, I'll say the team because obviously the score away from home, a good team, scored 2 goals. They didn't lose any goals, so I'd go with the actual team.
I think Kramer was involved, as was Aziz, weren't they, in both the goals as well. Like Pete said, and someone just said there, it's all positive. It's all positive. I don't think there was a bad performance in there. I thought Nishi played well as well. I think that
So
think
you say
Cooper don't really go unnoticed. He sort of gets the opposite. People go, "Oh, no, he's done now. He's shit." I thought he was brilliant, Coops. Him and Caleb Taylor, really good partnership. Taylor's like, if you're West Brom, mate, you've got to be fucking kicking yourself, haven't you?
Oh yeah, not many.
They are. They had all that time, never played him, and now he's absolutely thriving.
You know, so you're saying like everyone played well. Like people on here are saying like great team performance. No one played bad yet. People still saying, "Oh, it wasn't a great performance." How do you work that out? No one played bad.
That is very true. That is very true. Right. So that's done and dusted. Nightmare Journeys and Wrexham. We move on to this Saturday's game against Sheffield Wednesday. I've used Barry Bannon on the graphic on purpose because, of course, he returns to the club where he was a legend and I was all crying his eyes out 3 weeks ago when he left. I mean, someone said the other day in a group, should he... Oh, do you think we should let him not play? No. He's a professional footballer. He plays for us. But starting going around whichever way you like, would you play Bannon on Saturday? And if so, or if not, why?
Yeah, I would. At the end of the day, he's a Millwall player. We've signed him up on a contract. He's got to be a professional. He's a good player.
He's a good player, but I wouldn't play him.
I'm saying as you.
His heart's not going to be in it, Joe.
No.
If you can imagine him taking a penalty, is he going to score that penalty against Sheffield Wednesday? Really? Is his heart going to be
in when he scores the goal that all but sends him down? Then can't he? Would you have said same like when we just lost? I know obviously he's been there longer, but Tim Cahill was a legend for us, wasn't he? The next year we got Everton in the cup, scored against us, no problem.
Joe, this is like a couple of weeks you're talking. Do you know what I mean? You're not talking years, a couple of weeks. You're bending into the team.
I think he's a professional. He's got to get on. He'll get on with his job.
Yes, Joe, and I see what you're saying, but as Dan said, a couple of weeks ago, he was at Bristol and he's properly kind of, it was the worst thing ever. So I asked him, what, 3 weeks later to go back there and kind of have no feelings at all. I'm not convinced.
I think he'll want to play. I don't think he'll back at Hillsborough. I think there's other players that'll go there on Saturday and they'll just be like, kind of like, let's kind of go. Whereas Bannon, I'm not convinced. I don't think it's worth that kind of risk.
No.
Yeah, Ninja Rose said if I was Alex Neil, I'd pull him to one side and ask him.
Good point.
I think he'd be professional and play.
Listen, not the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, I just think subconsciously he might want to do his best. And look, he'll want to get the reception, wouldn't he? Want the chance to go back. But would you play? I wouldn't play him not because of that, because I don't think he was that great the other day, and I think we got enough to beat Sheffield Wednesday anyway, without throwing that in. I mean, we spoke before the show. They're 39 points from safety. They haven't scored a goal since Boxing Day. They got a slap 4-0 against Swansea. So I don't think we need. If it was like a top of the table clash, we wanted that extra bite, I'd play him. But I wouldn't play him. I would not play him to do him any favours. I just wouldn't play him because I don't think he was great the other day, and I think he a bit of rotation would just to bring him on by all means if we need to.
Do you know what I'd say though, right? If you put yourself in his shoes, right? I'm just maybe different from what a lot of others might say. But if I played for a team for 10 years and then I was playing them again in a couple of weeks against my old mates, I'd be all out wanting to score a goal. Like have one of the games of my life against them.
And we're all saying, "Oh, we shouldn't make him play," or will he want? He might want to do exactly that. He might want to go back, and I still can't work out why he left, because he wasn't on loads of money there. I'm only trying to get people off the wage bill, but it's not as if he was like on a 10-year contract or anything. I don't think he wanted to leave, did he?
It's a strange one, eh?
Why did he leave? I still don't get it.
He's settled there. He's been his home. His wife and kids are happy. I don't see why.
It's wages. It's all to do with money. They couldn't. They want him off the books.
You don't know how we've sold it to him though. Said you're going to be like a massive integral player in a big promotion push rather than a relegation. Yeah. He probably had the weight of the world on his shoulders down there. Really, like he was their big thing. This is a bit more. Yeah. He's not got as much pressure, I'd say.
You're right, Joe, because funny, he's been a couple of times on Talk Split and talking away, and some of the stories he says is just unreal. About obviously the staff there are not getting paid, and he should pay them first.
Like he showed his commitment by not coming in the summer, and he's probably reached a point where he's literally had enough now. It's done another 6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Thing about it is, see this season, I think he'll be a squad player. I don't think he'll be one of the first names, especially if Small coming back soon.
Do you think though? What is he now? 36. Do you think if he didn't come to us now, stayed at Sheffield Wednesday at the end of the season, do you think he'd still get an offer? Sort of where he's aging, do you think he'd still get as good as an offer from a high-end championship team in the summer?
No.
How long a contract did he have at Sheffield Wednesday left? How long was he left on his contract?
I think he'd be on a free at the end of the season, I think.
Oh.
I mean, he wasn't getting paid and all that. They weren't getting paid at one point. He was still going in training, wasn't he? Like urging everyone else to come on, we're in this together sort of thing. Then he's come to us. Right, so earlier on, we were speaking on the group, and asked you boys to tell me the team that you would go with this Saturday. Pete, you didn't send one in, but it doesn't matter. You can do yours in a minute. Have a think while we talk through the other two. Warren, this is the team that you would go with on Saturday.
I just think, Dan, on the left with Watson, just offer something else. Especially, we've got to go them from the off. And it's going to be strange, right? Because they're at home, but it's up to us to get the ball and just go at them. And I think that team, just to me, it's a bit more got something about it.
And you wouldn't play Bannon?
No.
I'm
on the bench, if need be, bring them on the last 15, 20.
Why wouldn't you play him though? Just because you feel that the other two are better in centre midfield at the minute, or
yeah?
It's not for sentimental reasons you wouldn't play him. You just wouldn't play him.
I watched him on Saturday, and he said a couple of nice passes, but it's just I don't know. There's just something not kind of. To be fair, he's only in the door a couple of weeks there, so it's going to take a bit of time. I just think maybe he's better off the bench now. And bring him on 15, 20 minutes, and then when they tire, and he can get on the ball, do his stuff.
What about you put Crocombe in goal?
Yes. Again, I think that until he makes a mistake, he's got to stay in goals.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Watson thing. I think, no disrespect to Sheffield Wednesday, it's a good opportunity. I think he might rotate it quite a lot Saturday. I might be wrong. But it's a good opportunity to maybe rest Doty and play Sturge. Not that we got like a massive midweek fixture list piling up with. I think he might play Sturge. He might rest a couple Saturday. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know about Aziz, but I mean, wasn't Ballo? Hang on, was Ballo on the bench Saturday?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was, yeah. I forgot about him. And you've gone with the big serve up front over Coburn.
The only thing I did think of playing 4-4-2
I thought that's
and just going for it. So I did think of that as well. I just think, I don't know, this game, the subs going to, as fans, somebody score.
We was 4-4-2 all the way, weren't we? Back in the last season, and then started this season. Since he stopped doing it, I think due to an injury, he's not gone back to it yet, has he? Maybe he feel like he's exhausted all avenues with a 4-4-2. I'm not sure.
I think a lot of games, maybe it's not the best way to play it, but in this game, I think that could be the way to go as well. Let's face it, they're awful. They must be one of the worst teams ever in the Championship.
Yeah, like Joe said, despite their points deduction, that sort of does them a favour almost. Well, they've been deducted points, but they're falling apart. It seems they're going to be relegated regardless. Can we relegate them this week? Or someone said if we beat them, and
it's
then
close. There's not
Sheffield United beat. I mean, look, they're going to go down. They're 39 points adrift. I tell you what else. That just shows you how many points are still left to play for, isn't it? If they're 39 points adrift and they're still not technically relegated.
And Dan, the one league game this season, one league game.
They've won one. Who was that against?
Yeah, Portsmouth, I think it was.
Fucking hell. Right, Joe. This is a little bit controversial. Maybe Joe's one.
I know it is, but I've got my reasons.
Go on, then. This is the team that Joe would go with. Saturday's trip to Sheffield Wednesday.
I feel like it's at the point now where it's minute management for players. We've had a lot of injuries. I think you've got to manage their minutes now, and we've got a lot of people back. We can afford to rotate the squad a bit. And if there's any time that you can, well, I wouldn't say it's a risk, but rotate a few players around, it's against them. Like they've not scored a goal in their last 9 games. And that was the last time they got a point as well, Boxing Day. So I think it would be good to rest a couple of players that have maybe had long-term injuries, the likes of Denor, that's why I've taken him out, and also Doughty. So they've played a lot since they've come back from injury. So
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I've just sort of took Doughty out to put Sturge in, and thrown Langstaff in to give him a bit of a runabout. If he's ever going to do well against any team in this league, it's got to be against them. So
get him firing.
That is my reasons for going for that sort of lineup. If we're not 2-0 up by half time, then make a couple of changes at half time.
No, I like it. I get why you're saying what you're saying. That's why you said maybe rest Aziz, or I'll definitely rest Doughty, to be honest.
Like I'm not saying I don't think that's our strongest lineup, but for them reasons I've said, if there's a time you can't play your strongest lineup and rest a few players, it's against them.
He's not real. Oh dear. Yeah, Ninja Rose agrees. So you make sense. Yeah. I agree. Like, I don't think Casper's really been out. I made a great assist on Saturday, wasn't it? Or the first goal, the big pass around the corner. But even maybe Mitchell's played a lot of games. And what we're seeing now is people going, why has he dropped Coburn and played the Serb? I just think the minutes are getting managed much, much better now. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily dropped. It's just managing the squad better. It's just what football is now, just with the squad rotation systems. And I think Kenny and Teddy put groups in but I didn't get a chance to put them up because I literally got on the stream about 10 minutes before it started. So I'm making graphics. But even they said like Kundal use players like that. Yeah, I forgot about it. I might have chucked him in there somewhere. Yeah. Or Pete, are we in danger of underestimating Sheffield Wednesday? And would it be the most Millwall thing ever to go to a team that are pretty much relegated, 39 points adrift, not scored since Boxing Day, and having just signed their record all-time fucking legend? What would you do?
Well, if you can roll the clock back to an away game, me and you got on a train and we was on the way to Bolton many moons ago. And I think Bolton had won a home game in 14 or 15 games and hadn't scored a goal, more than 2 goals. I've got
to train you that day.
Yeah, that's right. And I said, you got it on video. And I said, mark my words, Dan, Millwall come to town. That record will be broken today. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't put it past Sheffield Wednesday beating us, right? I don't think we're like that. But saying that, I think this team's got a lot more about it. You know, we were talking about earlier on bipolar Millwall. The last 4, 5, 6 games, we've been brilliant. And I've got to point to that Coventry game. I think that's our turnaround in the season. I think that Coventry game, because we played so well and lost that I think when the players come over, they got like a standing ovation from the fans, right? Got a standing ovation from the fans, and I think it sort of galvanised the team a bit. And I really do think now this team is too good to start making mistakes like that now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the old sort of Star Wars.
That's the old style. We will definitely go
with that anymore from this season.
I'm sure I'll be. Yeah, well.
So what would you do? Would you? I mean, I'm thinking about now. I like what Joe and Moran are saying, and there's people getting mentioned there, like Leonard, like Bangor Williams, like Del Boy, like even Benny B, if he exists. Give them. What do you think we should do? Do you think we should take those chances, go as strong as possible, try and get a strong lead, and then make changes, or do you think we should use the Leonards, the Cundalls, the Del Boys of this world?
Listen, every game counts. Don't underestimate any team, especially in the Championship. Yeah, especially in the Championship. Put your strongest team out there. We've already sacrificed the FA Cup for this. Let's not sacrifice another game. Let's put our strongest squad out there and take everyone to the clean as we can. Yeah.
You know, you say that though, yeah. About I completely get it. I'm not underestimating Sheffield Wednesday at all, because the team I picked, even by resting a couple, I still think that's a good team, well worthy enough of beating them.
What, on the screen?
No, the one that I put up.
Oh, what about the one on the screen? See, I think that's almost. I think you've either got to go hard or go home, go big or rotate, or not.
If you pick your strongest team again against them, you're going to be saying every game for that same team. We can't. We're not going to be able to play that strongest lineup so much so what anyone thinks is strongest every single game, because someone's going to get injured again.
Someone will get injured.
Yeah, so that was part of my reason as well. Like, it's all right saying play your strongest team, don't underestimate them and go for it. But then you could say that every single game, and it's not really manageable like that sometimes.
I get what you're saying, Joe, but I'd also say, right, your next game is your most important game, regardless of who you're playing, right? Also, if we can score 3 or 4 goals on Saturday, that gets us up there as well. And that 3 or 4 goals could be huge.
I think we could still do that though with a couple players out, I reckon.
I'm now torn. I don't know. My preview will be out tomorrow, if you remember. Advert free. If you're not, it'll be publicly on YouTube on Thursday. But I'm now torn between Joe. What Alex Neil does do quite a lot. I like. He switches it up, and that keeps players fresh, but also keeps the opposition guessing. We've not played 4-4-2 for a while. If we went Ivanovic, Coburn, Mitchell, Denor, Aziz, Doty left wing, Sturridge left back, Kramer right back, the twin centre back, and Crocombe in goal, I think that's, and actually went for it. Again, hindsight's a wonderful thing. It could go either way, that couldn't it? You get people getting injured, we could not perform. I still think we'll get it over the line if we went with the Crocombe, the Cundalls of this world. I think that's a little bit too far away with the Ballow, Cundall, Langstaff, like the 3 of the front 4 for me.
Yeah. I agree with Joe starting Bannon, because he knows every blade of grass of that ground. Yeah, he knows how the ball will travel, where it will land, things like that. So if he's going to play a good game and it'll be against them, he knows how to play the ball, what pace and all that stuff, especially play that ground for so long. Do you know what I mean?
You said you wouldn't play him earlier.
No, well, I've just looked at your squad and I've changed my mind.
What, you like that, Pete, yeah? You like what Joe's done there?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it, because I'm thinking about Banham knows that ground inside out, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? That pitch,
It's not an easy decision, and whichever one that Alex Neil makes, I'm sure that we'll say he made the wrong one. Before we wrap up, boys, we discussed this briefly at the start of the show. Can we make the top two? We're 3 points behind. Sorry, we're 6 points behind Coventry, who play on Monday against Middlesbrough, and Ipswich and Hull play in the FA Cup this weekend. Ipswich are actually away at Wrexham in the FA Cup, and then go back again the following week in the league. So if we win Saturday, we will go third and be 3 points behind Coventry, who'll play on Monday. Coventry's downfall has been a bit spectacular, isn't it? And when they beat us, we was like, oh, we give everything. We was brilliant. They're by far the best team in the division. I think that's the only game they've won recently. Drew 0-0 against Oxford.
Yeah.
Can we make the top two? Will we make the top two?
I think so.
You think we will?
You look at it, what are we off second? 6 points, right? If you add it up, 15 games left, that is 45 points to play for, right? A hell of a lot can happen between that time. Middlesbrough, Coventry playing each other next week. What is it, Monday, did you say?
I think it's Monday they play. Yeah.
That's going to be a pivotal game for us. Either of them drop points with a draw, or one of them's going to drop points somehow, aren't they? So we've got Hull, Ipswich to play away, which I think are going to be pivotal defining points of our season. And I'm fully confident we can go there and still nick all three, either of them. So I think I'm sticking to my guns. I said it last Monday, if we beat Wrexham, it's on. And I'm going to stick with that. I think we can get automatic.
The only joke, sorry, with that would be, there's 15 games left, right? So to finish second, you'll probably need, 85, 88 points, something like that? High 80s? So that's winning, 10 games at least? I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's...
I think less than that.
I think.
Hull have started to fall out. Hull have 2 home games in a row, taken 1 point from those 2. And then, it's a mad league, isn't it? You had Preston getting beat. No, Preston beating. No,
Hull,
Bristol
wasn't it?
City, sorry, Bristol City winning 5-0 away. Somewhere, didn't they? And then Bristol, lost. And then Bristol Derby, and then Bristol City went and fucking beat Hull this week. I'm surprised to see Preston back in the top 7.
Yeah.
I think we're making a late surge.
Pete, of course it's possible. Can you see us not making the playoffs now?
Not based on the last 5 or 6 performances. No. I think we're much stronger, and I think with the signings he's got out with that Tom Watson guy as well. I think that's an intent to say we're out there to attack. No, I think we should be nailed up with the playoffs. I'm sure of that. I think one of them other blokes on social media, and I think he, that geezer with the long dreadlocks, that guy, he said three weeks before we won the last 3 that we'd need 9 winning 9 at the next remaining games, and we will be in the playoffs. Well, we've won 3. So would you say if we win 6 more games, that will make us nailed on for the playoffs?
Yeah.
But 18 points and...
I don't want to tempt fate.
Off it, Pete.
We've gone to that next level. I think we're too good to drop out.
But if we won the next, how many points would we need to get into? To get in the playoffs?
I think Pete, the average is saying about 73 points. I think it is over the last 10 years.
Right.
So 20 from 15.
Yeah.
Dan, I just want to add something quickly. That I said it in the video after the Wrexham game the other day as well. I feel like we are where we are currently, and I don't think we've hit the heights we are capable of yet. And with all our players coming back, I feel like we've got another gear or 2 to go.
100%.
I don't think you can say we've been absolutely fantastic. We've been brilliant.
No.
I feel like we're really going to kick in, and this steam train's going to get going, and we're really going to go for it. That's
yeah, I agree, Joe.
We've got more to give still. And you see it in history last few years. this stage of the season is where we really get better, that late part of the season. And we are where we are, and I don't think we've even hit what we're capable of yet.
I agree.
Warren?
Dan, what would make the playoffs? We should do, yes. However, it's keeping the key players fit as well. That's my only concern is, obviously,
I don't want to jinx it, but we do seem to be managing it a bit better now, don't we?
yeah, we're doing well. Like, the only concern is really at the back, right? Because if Cranmer gets injured, what will we do? And if Taylor got injured, or one of them got injured at the back, that leaves two of them at the back. Like, see, I'm not touched wood, but say one of them was out for the season. There's no one else really they can play. I'm just, we should make top 6, yeah, but thing is, see after that game a couple of years ago, our best chance, and the last month of the season, when you look at, we'll go back 3 years. I think since Joe last week, home with Birmingham lost that. Away to Wigan, I think it was, lost that as well. That year, at home with Blackburn, that year we should have made the top 6.
I think we're a different animal now, though, to what we was then.
I know, Joe. I'm just, well, everybody else that watches this, you've seen so many stories over the years, and the hard luck stories.
Warren, be careful. You're morphing into Kenny now.
I'm trying not to be, but I just, see, honestly, see
You're
that
starting to morph into Kenny.
One with Pete, we spoke before about that Blackburn game, how we all felt. And we don't want that again. Because for all the year I went to football, that day I was just flat.
I think sometimes when people think others are being negative, I think it's the worry of it, because they care so much. They're thinking, oh, what if this happens? My dad used to bollock me every day of my life, but apparently it's because he loved me and he cared. He wanted me to be better. So maybe a little bit, you know what I mean, something similar there. Like, do you know we're worried? What if this was to happen? My dad used to start every sentence with, "You want to be careful. You want to be careful." You know, I said, "Dad, if I listen to you, I'd never leave the fucking house."
Listen, we've all seen what Millwall can be like over the years. Like I would always be like that. I was at that Wigan game a couple of years ago, and we let ourselves down, and then it was on again against Blackpool. But something
that game was on the way home, Joe. That Wigan game was on the way home, and all the teams around us lost, didn't they?
Yeah, but
and it sort of gave us a new.
We know we can be like that, and I would always say about that and be a bit pessimistic. We're going to mess it up. We always do this, but something's telling me about this season that something's different. And I think
that top 7, we're probably, aside from probably Middlesbrough and maybe Ipswich, we're the most consistent side in that. You see, 7th from below, they all keep switching places. Derby are up there, then they drop. Bristol City, and they drop. And we seem to be, with our consistency now, like really good. Like I said, we ain't said bipolar Millwall for fucking ages, man, months. just wait till Saturday at 3:00. This is a good question, because I want to answer this myself, but Ninja Rose says, a question for all the lads. When's the last time you see a squad and a manager this good? For me, it was KJ, the likes of Morrison and Harris, etc.
Personally, I haven't. I think the last time I've seen a free playing squad was the Tim Cahill days.
2000. You took the words out of my mouth. I love Kenny Jackett. I love that era. I loved Morrison and Harris. But a lot of the time when we're comparing squads that were predominantly League One squads, like Morrison and Gregory. What a strike partnership! Yeah, it was. But predominantly in League One, we're top end Championship now. So for me, I agree with Pete. It's not been this good since the class of 2000 when we got promoted and then when he went back to back.
I'd actually say a bit of a rogue one there. There was that year a few years back. I think it was Neil Harris was actually manager then, when we went about 17, 18 games
It was
unbeaten.
for the
And
first
then
year.
we come up
Came back
against
up.
Fulham, but then they battered us that Friday night game.
3-0.
You
Yeah,
look-
and I agree, but that's when you had Jed on the right, Ben Marshall on the
Ben
left,
Marshall, yeah.
Williams, Saville, Morrison, Gregory. But when you think about it,
Back then, I'd say that was a good squad on paper.
it
then.
was, but it weren't. I don't think the level we was at then.
Yeah, still fell a bit short.
Yeah, I get that. It's better players now, I'd say,
I'm
but
trying to think why we was playing Fulham.
good squad.
Was we in the Championship then?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pushed
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
We just
They
signed
had
a
Sessignon
deal.
playing from that night, didn't they?
Yeah, no. In the other side of that, it put me to sleep. We have been up and around it on the Harris and Rowett a few times, haven't we? But I don't think we've been this good.
I remember that going back to that one I just said, people saying, I remember you saying it, especially Dad, saying at that time, saying this is the best squad we've had in years. That year, when we just got Cahill back as well. Few people, I'm just bringing that up. People said it back then, so.
Timmy scores. We're on the pitch. Remember that? He's fucking. Everyone was desperate for him to score, weren't they? Desperate for him to score.
That was Reading, wasn't it? Reading?
The best squad you whole away, wasn't it?
Reading away, I think.
Reading away, I thought it was.
Warren, is this the best squad you've seen in 17 years of coming down from the Highlands? I know you're not from the Highlands, but anywhere's higher than where we live.
Dan, all the years I've been coming out, even up there, I've seen some
The
dross,
Lowlands.
absolute dross. Is this the best squad by a mile? This squad is a top 6 squad. Is it a top 2 squad? I'm not convinced. Will the squad go up? Yes, it will.
When you see the likes of the Southampton fans, and the like, and who was it? The Sheffield United, and saying that Millwall's the best team they've seen all season. Do you know what I mean? That's saying something, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? So we've got a lot of plaudits this season for our play. Not like no longer the gritty, no longer that gritty Millwall. When we played the teams like Norwich, Sheffield United, Leicester, West Brom, all them what you call top 6, 7 sides, what we do when they come down to the Den, we will let them have possession and get them on the counter attack. Yeah, but now the opposite seems to have changed. Is that we're at them now?
We're backing ourselves, aren't we? We're backing ourselves.
Yeah, we're going at them now. So they're thinking, oh, hold on a minute, not used to this.
I thought that was Sheffield United game. I thought that they came and the way they were set up and the way they was their mannerisms on the pitch was almost thinking, fuck, we've come here to try and get something out of the game from Millwall. Do you know what I mean? Like it's shifted. I feel that.
It is shifting. I suppose now we've got the other guy now, that Tom Watson, another player. Again, Boydson, I picked him out a couple of years ago playing for Sunday. I think he's going to be one hell of a player. And with him, you've got that threat that side. But he doubted that side with him. Kramer and Aziz the other side. As long as the midfield's still working their socks off, we're going to score goals. And you know when that one team, they'll score goals and concede. We don't concede goals that much. Well, we have done, but not of late.
Individual games.
Yeah, individual games, yeah. But I just feel like, the old secret is don't concede like the old Arsenal. Always got a chance of nicking one, and we nicked 2 at Wrexham. That's what it's all about. And we will have our good games as well. Don't worry about that. Dig in, get the results, and then play, and then let's get a few goals. I think our home form is going to be the one. Keep playing well at home.
We'll finish with this. Score predictions for Saturday, boys.
I'm not here for
2-0 to us.
2-0.
Yeah, I don't think it will be an obliteration as many people are thinking. Yeah, I'd go over comfortable 2-0. I can't score for love nor money. So.
That's good.
Not scoring, Joe.
You just cursed me, Joe.
Warren?
Dan, I think it'll be 3-1.
2-1.
As Pete said, they're not scored for 9 games. They're going to score at some point.
Yeah. Let's
In those 9 games, though, sorry, I was just going to say, in those 9 games that they ain't scored in, I'd probably say all those teams they've come up against, we've got a better defence than any of them.
We're all saying we don't think it'll be an obliteration, but we'll get 2-0, 3-1. It's still, again, it's the levels of expectancy we got now as fans. It's still like, I know they're fucking 39 points cheap, but it's still a convincing result, 2-0 or 3-1 that way. Pete?
2-1?
2-1, bit tighter.
2-1, yeah. I'll take anything that gives them 3 points. 1-0, 2-1.
Take 4-1, don't Terry.
I mean, it would be nice to get something emphatic. It'll be Sheffield Wednesday can't buy a win. Millwall, hold my beer. It is worrying. Super Steve Lees, have you got a different account? See, I can play the piano a bit now, but I need the sheet music for Let Them Come. Steve's going to sort me out. Cheers, Steve. I mean, a convincing win would be nice. But we'll take any type of win. But our goal difference obviously could do with improving. It has got better. But we shall see Saturday. There's a 4-1 win, I think you mean, for Millwall. A 3-1 win. A 2-0 win. I'll obviously give you my prediction tomorrow. I don't think it's helped me getting all this information in there. It's spun my head out for the show tomorrow. But thank you for everyone watching. Thanks for the panel for being involved again, boys.
Yeah.
And please subscribe to Lions TV.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, everyone, for the comments.
Thank you. Come on, Lions.